welcome everybody. I tried to work out the technical part. Nice that everybody's in behind always, not so here in the front to make it more cozy, but okay. As seen, my name is Jacques Neuvel. I'm from the very old, the old publishing business. I'm in the business since 1997, which is pre-internet, which is the start of publishing in CD-ROM. I was always, and I'm always on the edge of new technology, and I show you a picture of me being a variant of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. We did an action in retail in the Netherlands called Shaki, which is Charlie into Dutch, and the Games Factory, and we hide 10 golden CDs into the toy store, and then people could find it, and then we got one winner, which was a very nice lady, which is exactly in our target group, so 40, 45, and spectacles, and when we're standing like this, she touched my ass, so okay. Well, what was publishing in the past? We did one big hit, which was the Settlers of Catan. It was released in 2001, and you can imagine how big the market then was, because we did over 500,000 units only in the Benelux. It was one of the first games where you can play online, and the stupid thing was that it was played online by all these 100,000 of people, and we had a server somewhere in the basement which was handling this online business, and I didn't see the money what's there in the basement, because we didn't ask anything for people playing online, and we just, at the end, when the product doesn't sell, we just pulled out the plug of the server and we killed the whole online business. But we were still focusing on retail, so that was this was a very big success. On the other hand, we also had a big flop. It was called the Robo Rumble. It was developed by Topware at that time. It was a worldwide flop after release 2 years ago, 2 years after release in 2003. I was in Brazil at the FNAC in Sao Paulo, and I looked at the shelves, and also there it was a big flop, so it was a worldwide flop. Although the technology at that time was very high, it was not appealing to the consumer. So these are two examples of how we did publishing in the past. So what was publishing in the past? In the past, publishing was, we didn't know and didn't care anything about our consumer. We didn't know our consumer. We just placed it in the store and just waited to get out. The shelves were empty. There was a high demand. Everybody got a computer and wanted to play games and has to go to the store to buy their games. So buyers call me and say, please send me some new games because the shelves are out. And we had a lot of players. So there were a lot of fighting between other publishers like me, trying to get the best deal from developers. So the developers were in a very strong negotiation position, and you had to pay a lot of a guarantee amount just to get the games. So this was the past. How is retail today? I'm alone. I'm alone in the desert. I'm the only one offering casual games in retail in the Benelux. So it's a small market with a small target group, me and a few retailers offering it, and I make nice numbers because I'm the only one doing this. How do I do this? We have to know our consumer. Everybody's developing a game has to know a consumer, and you have to know what kind of audience you're working for. Well, this is my audience. All the women, 40, 45, painted hair with spectacles. That's our target group. We have to know them, and we have to know what kind of needs they have. How do we know our customers? We have invest a lot in help desk. So we have a lot of people picking up the phone, helping people even if they buy a game for 10 euros. So that's an investment we make to know the consumer. We have our Facebook fan page where we have registered users, about 20,000, which we can use, which we can do actions with, which we can communicate directly with our consumers. We have our test group, so from our registered users we get about 50 ladies doing the testing of the games. They're doing localization, they're doing QA, they're doing search engine optimization, so placing reviews on all kinds of websites with links. So that's all the things we do to know our consumer. So how do you manage retail today? In the beginning you see we had these empty shelves. Now you see a normal store in the Benelux called MediaMarkt. Everybody from Europe knows them. What we do is we place our brand above the games in the market. We do vendor management inventory, which means if one game got sold, we ship another one. So we always keep our stock on the market. We do a high refreshment rate. This means we do a release of a new game every week, and after 3 months it's in the store, we get it back and send a new one. So we do very much refresh our assortment in the store. And we only use selected retailers which are able to provide the games to our target group. In the past we wanted to have games everywhere, but now it's just 3 or 4 retailers offering our games. The big question is, and it's always in trade fairs like this, where are we going to? But there's still a group of people who want to buy in retail because they are afraid to buy online. It's still not very organized for everybody to be easy to buy a game online. They don't have a credit card. What we also do very strong is that we make collector's items of our boxes. So we place a number on the box, which when people put their game in the shelf, you can see from 1 to 80 which kind of game they have and which game they don't have. We do easy installation. So if you buy a CD, it's much easier to install and it's much faster than when you buy it online. There are still people without internet in this world. And there are also a lot of people only play this 1 hour for free and then go back to retail. However, we have a problem at the moment. This was the retail landscape in 2012. And this was the retail landscape in 2013. And in the future there will be a lot of less retailers. So we have to change our strategy to other markets. So what's my strategy for the coming years? I want to convert retail buyers into online buyers. I can show a sheet next to this one how we do it. I want to convert registered users to Android games. So I have now collected about 200,000 registered users from people buying PC games, which is also the target audience for Android games. So I'm now licensing for the Dutch and Belgium, for the Benelux market. I'm now licensing Android games. The lucky thing is that in the past, developers were arrogant and they say we can do it ourselves, or we make a deal with one big company doing the worldwide rights. And now I see developers coming to me willing to give going to by territory because they see that you need a specialist in every market to optimize your turnover from this market. And the other thing I do is I'm expanding my portal. That is where we're offering casual games to other categories. So I now have offering sim, I offer children's software, offer all kinds of PC games which aren't available in retail at the moment. So that's the 3 things I want to do. And the main thing is, here is what we do concerning converting retail buyers into online buyers. If you buy a product, you install it in the PC, and then you will ask to register yourself. And if you register, you get points. We call it Denda Jack. So Jack is the guy from our company logo, and the points are called Denda Jacks. If you register and you buy a new game, then every time you see the games they buy online. So every time they buy a game, he gets 10 Denda Jacks. So he builds up a collection of Denda Jacks, and we start knowing what this buying is doing. We're building up data, what this buyer is doing. And then you see that at a certain time, he starts buying online with the collected point he have and a small amount. We always give a discount on the purchase, but we don't give products away, because if you give a product for free based on your collection system, we have to learn our customer to go through the whole process, including paying for the product. So that's more or less my presentation. Questions? Okay, thank you very much.
I have a question for you.
Yeah?
How do you see growing your business in the coming years with the challenge of the retail shrinking at the moment?
Yes, well, I tried to explain this. I'm trying, as we know, I still have this 100,000 to 200,000 people buying PC games at the moment. So I have to convert them from retail to online. That's one of the steps. The other step is to convert them from PC to Android. And here we are at the end of the... my users aren't that easy to convert to Android. We have to tell them and teach them how to use their tablet. They still ask me, why can't my PC game be playing on Android? So you have to be like a missionary in the darkest of Africa just to learn to convert them to this new kind of technology. And that's the challenge I have. Well, that's a very interesting question. The download code business, I've done 3 projects with download codes. I have done it in the past with Java games. We had in 200 stores, we have these codes, and we put it on the shelf, we put it in the store, but it didn't work. I tried it with mobile content like ringtones, it didn't work. And now there's some experience with codes in retail. But the thing is, you have to explain the customer how it works. Dus you have to invest in to let people get familiar with the system of buying code and then go online. And that investment nobody has done yet. So it's very difficult. Yeah, except of course the Google App Store cards or yeah. And the bigger players, they know. But for small players, it's very difficult to sell a code of a game. You have to have a certain awareness with your brand that people accept and knows how it works. Maybe in the future, but I was never a big promoter of selling codes in stores.
I have a question. At the moment, your digital business is exclusively for the Benelux market?
Yes.
And localized in several languages?
We only sell localized products into Dutch, a little bit of French.
Any plans to expand in other languages or across Europe?
No, we just keep focusing on to the Dutch language. Okay.
Thank you.